to the end zone. Interception for Deion Jones.
What he does, he scores touchdowns.
I apologize to the Raider Nation. I really compliment the Falcons. They played a hell of a football game, and we did not. Inexcusable. It's a reflection of me. We're a lot better team than that.
We got punched in the face, and it just kept happening. Our fans deserve better than what we did today. Our organization deserves better than what we put out there today. That was a bunch of trash.
So that was week 12 for the Raiders. What about week 13? How would that response look as they went on the road to take on the Jets? By the way, they hadn't beaten the Jets on the road since 1996. 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Raiders down 7-zip. Carr, Darren Waller, he had a huge game. That ties the game at 7-all. Less than 2 minutes go before the half. Raiders down 3. Carr to Waller. Breaks a couple tackles. And he was not finished all the way to the end zone, and the Raiders led it at the break 17-13. Let's go to the fourth quarter now. Jets are down 24-13. Sam Darnold, he's going to lower the shoulder into the end zone. So now, after the 2-point conversion, it's a 3-point game. Next drive for the Raiders, Carr to Henry Ruggs. That's a first down, but, that's a fumble. And Marcus May recovers for the Jets. I'm sure Raider fans at home was like, was it completion? Yeah, he's running. Nice defensive play there. Ball comes out. So now, 3rd and goal for New York at the 1. Ty Johnson avoids the tackle up the middle. Jets take a 28-24 lead. So the Raiders get it back 35 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. Carr to Waller. He had 13 catches for 200 yards. Carr threw it for 381, the season high. After spiking an incompletion, it's 3rd and 10 with 13 seconds to go. Carr steps up for Ruggs for the touchdown? How did that happen? Well, the Jets sent an all-out blitz, one-on-one for Ruggs. Carr's 3rd touchdown of the game. Raiders win at 31-28. 23rd game-winning drive for Derek Carr since 2014, second most in the league.
With 7 seconds left, I couldn't believe they all-out blitzed us. But as soon as I saw it, man, I was thankful. And that's why we prepare the way we do. That's why Coach teaches the way he does, and I give Coach Gruden all the credit in the world because he has prepared me and equipped me to handle those situations whenever we get those kind of looks to be able to handle it accordingly.
Derek made a great call to fix the protection, to give us a chance to launch it. And after Henry Ruggs fumbled the football and he was involved in the interception, I thought he should have caught that pass. A lot of guys would hang their head and go in the tank. For him to win that game for us, it just says a lot about the football character that he has and we have. So I hope that sums it up.
We were trying to create pressure. He hadn't done well with it all game, so that's what happened. We had a couple free runners, but we didn't get there.
Is pressure even needed in that situation? All you have to do is stop the play from getting to the end zone. Even a short completion would have been okay.
Yeah, that's what we ended up pressuring.
I definitely was probably hoping it wasn't on me. Listen, like all I could think was just not me. I don't want to be the reason, but I was. I got to live with it. I got to get better.
We just played the call that the coaches called, and, and we just got to execute, but you got to help us out at the same time, just being a better call at that spot.
Hey, Derek, I'm sure these last 7 days have been pretty much an emotional roller coaster ride, including these last 3 or 4 hours, but can you explain just the feelings of winning that game, the way you did stepping up in the pocket, making a big game-winning touchdown throw in the last seconds, coming off the birth of your first daughter? Can you just kind of explain everything that's been going on in your life these last 7 days?
Yeah, talk about an emotional roller coaster. How angry I was, how mad I was after the Falcons game, how upset I was, and then the next day how happy I was to look at my little girl in the face for the first time. The love that I felt in that moment, the joy that I felt in that moment is unlike anything with all my children, and especially with my first little girl. And then this game was kind of the same way. We were doing some good things, and then all of a sudden I felt really bad. At the end I missed 2-3 throws that just drive me insane. It's still, I'm not gonna lie to you, it still bugs me and still makes me mad right now, even. But with that said, to be able to have time back on the clock, I was just praying for one more chance, And we hit Darren on a big play on a little corner stop thing, and put ourselves in position. With 7 seconds left, I couldn't believe they all out blitzed us. But as soon as I saw it, man, I was thankful. And that's why we prepare the way we do. That's why Coach teaches the way he does, and I give Coach Gruden all the credit in the world because he has prepared me and equipped me to handle those situations whenever we get those kind of looks, to be able to handle it accordingly. And so to win a game like that in the fourth quarter, a lot of emotions, big time roller coaster to say the least.
Hey, Derek, it seems like all season long we've talked about Darren Waller, but another fantastic game, 13 catches, 200 yards, those 2 touchdowns. It seemed like he was just creating mismatches all over the field and able to get him the ball.
Yeah, we know how special he is, Chris. He's even more special, of a person, and I think that's why I just love playing with him so much. I love throwing in the ball. I love, competing with him, taking the field with him every time, because I look in his eyes and I know he's ready. Him and I have similar mindsets, and I like that. And so he's a fun guy to compete with. Obviously, he had a huge day. 200 yards as a tight end on 13 catches. That's just ridiculous. That's video game type stuff. He's a special talent, and I'm thankful that I get to be his quarterback. It'll be something I get to tell my kids about.
Eric, John gave you credit after the game for setting him up with perfect protection on that last play. Can you walk us through kind of pre-snap what you saw and kind of the process of getting the right protection?
Yeah, the play before, they played a little cloud, like a little kick coverage, and thought, on the deep ball that I tried to hit Nelly on, I tried to throw it over May's head. I just threw it a little too far. And, I remember coming, when Coach called the play in the huddle, and I'm telling everybody what to do, I definitely thought they were going to do the same thing, play soft coverage and make us try and throw like a little out route or something to get in position to throw one into the end zone. And sure enough, I saw the safety start cheating over. I saw the nickel start creeping in, the Will linebacker creeping in, the Mike start walking up, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, you got to take a breath because you got to make the right call. You got to make sure everyone's on it, and then you just got to execute. It's RCE. Coach talks about it all the time: recognition, communication, execution. And he can give me all the credit that he wants. Yes, am I on the field and did I say the right things? Yes, but he's the one that taught me. He's the one that equipped me, and so it's nice to have a coach that allows you to do those things in those moments, and it leads to memories like that.
Hey, Derek, Henry had a ball go off his hands, a ball I'm sure you're going to say he probably could have thrown better, but he being an NFL receiver probably thinks he should have caught. Then he had a fumble later that was really costly, or seemed to be, but you had no hesitation to go back to him with the game on the line. But why have that kind of confidence?
It's just what he's proven to me over time. He comes from, a great, I want to say organization, a great program in Alabama, where, those guys are tough. If you play there, you're a tough guy. You're tough-minded. You can get through, Coach Saban's program and be successful and start. You're a tough-minded person. And he's just proven it over and over again, just, how tough he is mentally, physically. Rookie year, it's his rookie year. It won't be the last mistake he makes. It happens to all rookies. This game tests every rookie to see if this is really what you want to do for a living. It does that. And one thing I love about him is he's someone that if he gets punched in the mouth, he stands back up and he goes again. He gets punched in the mouth, he's going to stand back up and he's going to give you everything he's got again. And he gave us all 4-2 of it, on that last play, because I threw it as high as I could and just prayed that he'd run under it. And I thank Mr. Mayock for drafting that man, because, I don't know how many guys would have went and got that football.
Derek, as the game went on, you saw how the Jets were covering Darren in man coverage. What was going through your mind? Did you guys have offense that you dial up? And was that kind of the process where, hey, we got to get this guy the ball more often?
Yeah, and you know how it is in a game. You feel a guy heating up. He's winning on all his routes. He's making contested catches. He's breaking tackles. Obviously, we threw a little hitch and he took it to the house. The man's feeling it that day. And it's nice to throw those 5-yard passes that go for touchdowns. For those that aren't fans of the West Coast offense, but those are fun ones. And when someone's heating up like that, coach just keeps calling his number. He's like, "Do you like this? Do you like that?" I'm like, "Yeah." If Waller's number one in the progression, I love it. And he just kept dialing them up. And whenever you have good players with good looks, you get great results. And Coach Gruden, again, he doesn't get enough credit. He does not get enough credit. He takes a lot of the blame that he doesn't need to take. He takes a lot of it off of us players, but he doesn't get enough credit when we win. That man is he's a genius when it comes to offensive football. The guy knows looks and timing and this and that, and he knows how to get people the football. And he knows if he wants to do certain things and they're playing this coverage, well, he can do it this way, or he can do it this way, or he can just use somebody else. And today, it just kept working that Waller was number one and some progressions, and he kept winning. And so I tip my hat to Coach for continuing to call his number. I tip my hat to Darren for continuing to win. It's not easy to do in this league, obviously. Not only games, but one-on-ones. It's not easy.